There's pubic hairs on my microphone. Ooh boy, the virginity goes deep on this one, boy, so prepare your anus. Now this video is in regards to iDubbbz. If you don't know who iDubbbz is, then I suggest you don't watch the video because I'm not going to go into a deep dive as to the actual history and lore behind this individual. Suffice to say that he's a content creator that was known for his appropriately edgy jokes. Now, I have to admit that a lot of my earlier content on my main channel was inspired by iDubbbz, and I really enjoyed his thinking on free speech. He was a major proponent of the idea that it's all good or none of it is good, and I believe that to this day. Now, iDubbbz got a massive following doing his Cuntent Cop style video. These were documentary style videos where he would pick an individual and criticize them. Now, usually these individuals deserved a level of criticism for one reason or another, either through lying or deception. Usually, it was well warranted. Now, as I mentioned before, iDubbbz was known for his use of edgy jokes and language, and it garnered him not only a lot of notoriety, but a lot of fame and a lot of wealth. Recently, iDubbbz has gone back on his former style of content and has even gone as far as to mentioning that the fans that used to enjoy this sort of content are essentially bags of shit. Now, there is a lot of criticism, and he does have proponents on both sides. You have people that are defending the fact that he's matured, he's grown up. He sees that style of content and he sees the language that he used, and he no longer wants to partake in that because he's matured as an individual. But at the same time, you can't help but notice the hypocrisy of building your entire foundation of fame and wealth on criticizing and using that particular language and then shitting on it. Now, there's been a lot of drama recently because he's taken to influencer boxing, where he's made a couple shows, Creator Clash 1 and 2. And here's where the ghost of Kiev comes in. Samuel Hyde. How does he keep getting away with it? I don't know. Sam Hyde has been around for a long time. First time I knew of him was when he did a fake TED Talk. That entire video is art, and I recommend watching it, Sam Hyde Fake TED Talk. However, Samuel Whitcomb Hyde has gotten his fair share of criticism over the years because of his style of comedy. It could be deemed as very offensive to some. However, the one thing that can be said about Samuel Whitcomb Hyde is that he's been consistent. He's amassed what I have to describe as a legion of people who are autistic as fuck to follow his content, but there's some charm to that. Now, the reason I mentioned Samuel Whitcomb Hyde is because of the fact that iDubbbz decided to do a documentary on Sam. Now, at the same time that this was taking place, Sam was doing a counter documentary on iDubbbz. He even went as far as to hiring a fake crackhead girlfriend to give the impression that this is actually how he lives his life. It wasn't revealed until much deeper into the meeting that they had to iDubbbz that, well, the whole thing was a sham. And because of this, there was some hesitation in releasing the actual initial documentary by iDubbbz. So Sam decided to release his documentary, which was then shortly followed by iDubbbz's own documentary. Now again, this golden ratio of retardation has a reason for me explaining it, in that iDubbbz has recently gone into influencer boxing. He's made 2 shows, Creator Clash 1 and Creator Clash 2. And because Sam made some inappropriate comments as to iDubbbz's wife, Anissa, iDubbbz didn't want Sam to be any part of the actual events themselves. Fast forward to the most recent clash, and you had an individual named Froggy Fresh, who's a YouTuber who was supposedly part of this card. Froggy Fresh ended up getting kicked out of the event because he ended up training for a week with Sam Hyde, which in turn allowed iDubbbz to say, you know what? I don't want you in my event. Now, again, it's his event, it's his prerogative, but this has garnered a lot of criticism. iDubbbz recently made a video addressing this issue, and you could see by the like to dislike ratio that, well, people don't like it. Now, I have to admit that I'm not exactly enticed by this direction that iDubbbz is going, especially because of the foundation that he's made and where he's come to based on the content that he now shuns. It's a lot of hypocrisy and, dare I say, a little retarded. So here's my prediction. iDubbbz is going to do a Cuntent Cop on iDubbbz. He's going to do it on his former self and how he used to make content. He's going to use videos of people criticizing his content, making Cuntent Cops on him like they've done already. And he's going to add that in to the many reasons as to why he doesn't stand behind that sort of content anymore. Now, as I've mentioned before, again, there's nothing wrong with maturing and learning from your previous mistakes, if you want to call them that. But there is something that doesn't sit right with me about him deciding to go full DEFCON 4 on his former fans, the same fans that got him to the position where he is now. If you build your foundation on dog shit, don't complain when you smell like dog shit. Now, is all this relevant to things in life? Is this important in the grand scheme of things? No. And if you're retarded for watching this video, I'm just as retarded for making it.
I see you again, when 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 I see you again.